All right, it's Monica. I've had some people ask about some books that would be good for preschool, homeschooling, kindergarten, or just helping your kids who maybe aren't in school yet to learn to read and just doing some kind of work with them besides just reading. And reading to your children is always fabulous. First off, I've shared this before, I'll just tell about it again. The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales. It has the dual reader method. So it's these stories about this family who lives on Apple Tree Farm. And the dual reader method is it has two different lines of texts. So the top line is simple and your child can read that. You can help them read that. And it makes complete sense if you just read the top line. Then there's a bottom line where mommy and daddy can read. It makes complete sense if you just read that line. Or you could read all the lines of text together and it makes sense. It just gives more details basically. So that's really fun. It's called the dual reader method and it helps them have their own part to be reading. The stories are hilarious, just super fun reading about this family on the farm. It also has a disc so you can take it in the car and read it. My Blake asks for this book all the time, so we enjoy that a lot. Usborne has some great wipe clean activity cards and different things. So different wipe clean books like this. This is castle activities, and you can practice doing loops and mazes and, Blake's done a lot of stuff in here. Loops and mazes and drawing ladders, and it really just helps them develop pen control, being able to hold the pen correctly, follow things, trace things. So we enjoyed that. So there's lots of different books like this that just help you learn those kinds of things. Then lately we got this starting school pack, getting ready for school pack, and it comes with white clean pen. This has 4 little books, and this is actually better value than buying the bigger books, hint hint. So this one has first letters, ready for writing, and 1, 2, 3, and the alphabet. So it comes with one white clean pen, and they can do the activities in these books, and it helps them trace their letters and just learn different activities. And it's just a really fun way for them to get writing, and it's more fun than, sitting down and saying like, okay, write out 10 lines of the letter A. This just makes it more fun. They can wipe it clean. They can come and go from it, go to different books. Plus, Blake loves just carrying around his little briefcase of work things he needs to do. And then for the car, and maybe this one isn't always just about letters, but anything. For the car, we have this box. It's the 100 things for your little children to do on a trip, and it comes with 50 of these cards, and they're just different activities that you can do wipe cleans. This one says, draw a face on this boy, or select the odd one out. What doesn't belong here? Here's some dot to dots. They're all two-sided. There's 50 cards, and really any age could do these. I have my piano girls work on them sometimes. There's some little riddles and things you can do. This can be a lifesaver in the car. And also always be encouraging learning. Lift the Flap word book. We like to do this with Blake. Right now we're working on letter sounds, and he knows his alphabet sounds. And okay, well, the word cat, it says k, what letter would that start with? So we like looking at this. It has the words. This is the farm page. This is the Lift the Flap word book. And it has the word, and then underneath we can test and say, okay, well, what would this spell? And it has the picture underneath. And on this side, it's the opposite. It has the picture, and then we can talk about how we spell it, and you can check it underneath. Kind of like flashcards, which is always more fun than just drilling words or doing it any other way. Plus, the pictures are really fun. It's a board book, so it's really durable for little kids. So we have farm page, outside, inside, my body and clothes. This is outdoor words, and just the same thing. The picture's under some, and the words are under the other, so you can check them both ways. Just depends how your child likes to learn. We have many, many phonics readers. Ted and Friends has a big collection, 12 of them. This one also has a CD, but they're the little rhyming stories that help your children learn. They are created by language experts. Just a great way for them to keep learning. This has 12 in them with the CD, as I said, and also fold outs in a few different flaps. You can buy them separately, I think for $6.99, but this is only $19.99, and it's a much better value. Cow Takes About is also a big collection of them, so buy one of these, not separately, because that's just not worth it. An activity book. You gotta make learning fun. So we have lots of different activity books and doodling books. This one is Explore the World. There's just different things you can do, see things you can spot, do word searches, puzzles, color pictures in here, make lists, talk about where you'd want to go if you were going on space travel. Usborne just always has great ideas. There's even a few different sticker pages in this and different things you can color. We got this for Blake lately. This is my first reference book about our world. He's always asking questions about where we live and, you know, who we are and our relationships with other things. So this is fun because it talks about the different oceans that are all connected, the seasons, the continent we live on, the country we live on, and it goes big and then comes down like closer to where we are. So it's fun to just even learn about like different ecosystems and things like that, just for them to get an idea of where we are. And then 2 more. I love, love, love the illustrated books. They're these thick books. They're squishy cover. They have a ribbon bookmark. Right now, David and Blake are reading this at bedtime. So obviously, Blake's not reading this by himself, but we're reading it to him, and he loves it. It's a big chapter book, and he loves reading his chapter book. It's illustrated. This one is really fun for boys. It's illustrated. It has lots of pictures. Right now, they're reading The Count of Monte Cristo, and he loves it. He'll go to bed and read stories, and he's very excited for it. It has this like padded, squishy cover. Really fun to read with the kids. There's so many of these. Princes and Princesses, fairy tales, nursery rhymes, like Wind in the Willows. There's just a ton of the illustrated classics. Heidi, lots of those. Last but not least, this is what we're excited to be starting with Blake soon. This is the Usborne very first reading set. There's 15 books, and they start out, I took out the first few, they start out with book 1, Pirate Pat, and it is a dual reader, so it has the 2 different lines of text that we talked about, and so your child reads one, you read the other, and it begins. This whole collection comes with the parent's guide to helping teach your child to read using these books, and it tells you with inside each book like what they should be learning, what vowel sounds they're going to be working on, and then you progress through the 15 different books until you get to number 15, where it's not dual reader anymore and just the child is reading everything. There's a fun alphabet chart that they can have, and it's just fun to see their progress as they go through it and they graduate from book to book, and then before you know it, they're reading all the words and reading on their own. And then there's just little things, little puzzles and things you can do at the back throughout that book. So it's not just reading the books, it's completing the exercises. And so it's just a fun thing for you and your child to do together. And this is the very first reading set. So those are some just good ideas for homeschool, preschool, for the pre-K to 1st or 2nd grade. And then of course we have others for above that. But those are the ones we're looking at lately. Thanks.